The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. Him make an eye lie down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I rasta go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Uno prepared a table before I. In the presence of our enemy them. Uno anointed I head to no aisle. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I will follow I all the days of I Ivan. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Ja kadamawe gromawe atela exact beer tanaista lida bashante shanti kadamawe gromawe atela. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. And here we don't criticize. But if we must criticize, we would only just criticize to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. This is the voice of the people, and the voice of the people is the voice of God. We must apologize for the late start of the show. My brother, my sister, due to circumstances beyond our control. I want to say thank you for your patience. Spread the word. We are here. My God. Pick up our numbers and do business with us. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you and I love you. It is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo. And here we speak truth to power. We are live on Facebook and also live on YouTube. Please share the broadcast so many more people can see. Today we have 5 different issues to look at, and I implore you to come around. Come here. My name, Blakk Rasta, and I'm more than excited to be with you. Now let's just look at the issues as we run. Number 1, OKATAKYİE AFRIFA walks out on Angel Boss. Who is OKATAKYİE AFRIFA? He is a media personality, very well known. He's a man who is also very, very vocal when it comes to national issues. He was part of the defunct Fix the Country. He was one of the conveners. But confusion broke amongst them and he decided to walk away. He wasn't the only person who walked away. The whole group broke down. My brother, my sister, he found his way into Angel FM, transmitting live on 102.9 right here in Accra. They are located right there at La Paz. After Captain Smart decided to walk away from Angel, it looks like OKATAKYİE AFRIFA is also on his way out. He may just be on his way out. Come here, let's expatiate. Now, the reason Captain Smart walked out on Angel was just one reason. He was too outspoken for the liking of the boss. And who is the boss? That's him. This is a herbalist, a businessman. He's a Muslim. And people simply know him by his brand name, Adonku Bites. My brother, my sister, he's a very wealthy man. At a point, he was married to 2 women. Many more even said there were more than 2 women, and he's entitled to that because he's Muslim in Islam. And as a Muslim, you can have 4 wives if you can take care of them and you can satisfy some other reasons for marrying 4. My brother, my sister, let's go into action. Come here, my youth. Watch this. Now, OKATAKYİE AFRIFA is angry. Why is he angry? Ghana Web says, my duty is to the public. OKATAKYİE AFRIFA responds to Dr. Kwekwoting. And that's Kwekwoting there. He's his boss. Broadcaster OKATAKYİE AFRIFA has addressed concerns raised by his employer, Dr. Kwekwoting. Dr. Oting previously expressed frustration over Afrifa's outspoken nature and aggressive approach, particularly regarding his criticisms of galamsey, or illegal mining. Earlier, the Angel Group of Companies founder said he has been receiving numerous calls from individuals complaining about Afrifa's attacks, a situation that has somewhat caused him distress. But OKATAKYİE AFRIFA, in response to his employer's concerns, said his commitment lies in tackling national issues rather than people's interests. AFRIFA has acknowledged that although he values his boss's guidance, he is accountable only to the public. I respect Kwekwoting because he can be my father. And when he advises me, I will listen to his advice. I am the one who told him to prompt me when I'm going overboard. But I want to ask, is it right to listen to Kwekwoting over the cries of Ghanaians? OKATAKYİE added that he is not a timid journalist and will reveal the secrets of any politician who attacks Dr. Kweku Otting henceforth. Most journalists working for Angel FM are timid because of the attacks they receive from these politicians. When did all these start? From now, any politician who attacks Kweku Otting, I will personally reveal your secrets because I am not a timid person, he said. Dash it away. My brother, it's so sad what is happening in this nation. Captain Smart used to work with Angel FM. He was so outspoken. And then politicians started calling his boss, Dr. Kweku Otting, threatening to shut down his business if he didn't stop the Captain Smart boy. He called Captain Smart, talked to him, but Captain Smart still continued to talk and expose politicians. At the end of the day, long story cut short, every Ghanaian knows this story. Captain Smart was sacked virtually from the radio station. He had to walk away. At the time, Captain Smart and OKATAKYİE AFRIFA Mensa had some squabbles. This one will talk against that one will talk against this one, even though they both belonged at a point to one group known as the Fix the Country. They started to bite each other. And I think the Angel people saw it as a very, very, very good thing to bring the nemesis of Captain Smart to host the same program that Captain Smart left so that they could bite each other more. But they forgot that it is not about biting each other. It's all about the nation. When OKATAKYİE AFRIFA came, he started to talk. He fired. I'm sure many people called him to say, my brother, you are not firing as much as Captain Smart. Fire. He opened the fire as well. But of course, when you open fire, some people will come with water. Depending on the magnitude of your fire, you could be quenched or not. OKATAKYİE AFRIFA Mensa has been firing so many exposés on Galamsey and beyond. And the cowardly Dr. Adonko Bites, who had to fall flat to all the criticisms and all the threats in the days of Captain Smart, and decided to sacrifice Captain Smart to have his business run, seems to be on the same route. He might just be sacrificing OKATAKYİE AFRIFA Mensa before he walks out on them. But as it stands right now, he has made it clear. He has walked out on his boss. He is not ready to listen to his boss, even though his boss is a father figure to him. He thinks he owes Ghanaians more allegiance than his boss. Will Dr. Kweku Otting choose his business, or he would choose the cry of Ghanaians? Better still, would Dr. Kweku Otting choose his business, or he would choose OKATAKYİE AFRIFA? He's a businessman, and a lot of Ghanaian businessmen are cowards. All they want is for you to make the impact, yet don't fire. Be quiet. Just talk about issues so mildly. And when you are not making the numbers, they are the same people who come back to you and tell you, listen, the one who was here before you, in fact, did far better than you. You need to up your game. My brother, my sister, how many more businessmen are selling out the truth holding on to the lie in order to keep their businesses. When Captain Smart left, he told us point blank, it looks like some of these businessmen are not doing the right thing. They are not paying the right taxes. And for that matter, politicians know that. And anytime these businesses and businessmen rise against politicians, they squeeze their balls and tell them, hey, watch it. You know, we know this about you, that about you, that about you. If you want your business to continue flourishing, shut that guy up or else we are coming for you. It was one reason Kweku decided to let Captain Smart go. He chose his business and let Captain Smart go. Several times I faced that as well. The business owner will call you and say, listen, I like what you are doing. We all want Ghana to move forward, but you are not the one to change Ghana. And any businessman who tells me this, I say the businessman as a half-wit person. He doesn't have common sense. So I walk out. You can never tell me that I can't change Ghana. The change you are expecting begins with you. These are the people who believe that, oh, this stone that is lying in the middle of the road, some other person will come and pick it. I'm so much in a hurry. The next person will pick it and put it at the right place. Oh, the next person will do it. Before you realize there's an accident and many people are dying. They are the same people who see rubbish in the middle of the town. And then they say, oh, Zoom Lion will come and do it. Oh, the next person coming will come and pick it up. Before you realize the area becomes a rubbish dump. My brother, my sister, to OKATAKYİE AFRIFA, bring his photo here. I want to say, bro, as long as you believe in what you're doing, you know I support you. Continue firing. As you are firing, have a plan B. In case they come and tell you, go, you know you won't go hungry. A man who speaks the truth will never ever beg for bread on the sidewalk. Continue to fire. If Kweku wants to protect his business because of one or two things around the business that he's not comfortable losing or exposing, you cannot be in the same seat as that person. You can't be on the same bus as Dr. Kweku. It's all about Ghana. If you allow yourself to be cowered into this, you become a sellout. It's better to let go of the job so you won't behave like Bawumia. Bawumia is a coward. Nana Akufo-Addo is a bigger coward. When Bawumia realized that Nana Akufo-Addo was not listening to him and he was going in the opposite direction, he should have left. You brought me here to help you govern. I'm giving you my help so you can govern. You are rejecting my help. What is the need of being here? I will walk out. But the coward Bawumia decided to stay behind and follow all through. Now he's telling us that he was only a mate. Such a cowardly mate. He was just a mate. So he was just sitting down there and watching the country go down. He couldn't do anything about it. Such a coward. And some people say they will vote for this coward. A man who was brought in to advise and to help the president run the country. When he saw the president was running the country the wrong direction, he still stood aside and said, okay, well, my time will come. I will tell the people that I was just the mate. I didn't have any say, but you are claiming digitalization. You are claiming the good ones, but the bad ones all belong to the bad driver. OKATAKYİE AFRIFA. Afrifa Mensa, please, you know what it is. If they are giving you too much pressure, leave them. After all, you were sitting or somewhere, as Ghanaians will say, and they came looking for you. Please, do the needful. Let them go. Walk away if they are giving you pressure. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodomo, where we speak truth to power. Next story. Now, the next story we are looking at today says Michael Blackson sues Ghana. Who is Michael Blackson? He's an Ashaiman comedian who has gone international. I love him. I appreciate him. This guy. In fact, a lot of people are chastising him. I don't think it's in my place to chastise him. Michael Blackson came all the way from Ashaiman, went through all the suffering and the hardships of the Ashaiman people, and the bigger picture of the Ghanaian suffering. He found himself in America. Through hard work and perseverance, he got recognized. He's one of the comedians in the country that people respect. He's called Michael Blackson. After making quite some money, doing his comedy and some other such things, he decided to come to Ghana and build a school that will be run for free. This is a photo of the school. He built the school and he paid teachers and some other such people, my brother, to run the school, and students will come in there and get free education. He even said he was going to give them free food. At least he had a very clean mind. Now look at this picture very well. I need you to open your ears and look at that. When you look at the middle part of the photo, what do you see? You see the Jubilee House, right? He seemed to be in bed with Ghana. He loves Ghana. He brought his money home and built this school. And he decided to put in Ghanaian emblems all over the place. He had sponsorship from America. And you can see the American flag also flying there. My brother, my sister, this was what he did. And then he invested so much money in the Ghanaian economy, only for him to return, and he was told that he had been given haircuts. He lost all his investment. He got mad. He went on social media and was ranting about how nobody should invest in Ghana. Ghana is a thieving country. His own Ghana. He spoke ill of the country, how they stole from him, and how they crippled his vision of building a school that would educate the unfortunate in the society. My brother, my sister, Michael Blankson went quiet for some time. It looks like he has sparked up again. This time around, he's going to court. Michael Blankson to sue Ministry of Finance over locked up Eurobond investment. Run it, my youth. Popular American comedian and actor of Ghanaian descent, Michael Blackson, has stated that he plans to initiate illegal action against the Ministry of Finance for ruining his Eurobond investment. According to him, the investment was aimed at using the potential earnings to fund his school. However, he now has to resort to a different source to get funds for the school. Michael Blackson, who has been ranting about the issue since the financial investment got locked up, took to social media on October 14, 2024, once again to lament his frustrations and announce the legal proceedings. This is Michael Blackson, and he's not happy. He is running to court. He stated, I am seeking legal actions against the Finance Ministry of Ghana. I have a free school I am financing on my own, and they took away my potential earnings I was going to use to fund the school. Now I have to figure something else out for those poor kids. Blackson had earlier said that he had purchased Eurobonds to run his school at Agona Saba, the Michael Blackson Academy, but has had challenges with recouping his investment. According to him, he invested in Eurobonds because he figured that would help pay for the lifespan of the free school he built. This is serious. However, he said, Ghana decided to use our money to pay their debt to China or whoever and leave us hanging. Dash it down. Michael Blackson posted that, and you can see that right there. He's getting a lot of interactions. He said he's going to sue the government of Ghana. My brother, I support you. I wish I were a lawyer. You know I'll be in this with you. It's an irresponsible government. You can't take people's investments like that. He was investing this money so he could take care of his school. Today, he's left hanging in the blues. What kind of a nation is this that has no respect for its investors? You cry that you want investors. Your own citizenry comes to invest and you give them unprofessional haircuts. Michael Blackson, I agree with you. Go all out Sue the Republic. And I pray that you win so that your school can run. It's the Black Pot, aka Kokoshonamo, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Send your messages into hey, wayo. It's the Black Pot, aka Coco Showman. Here we speak truth to power. Next, watch this. Mining banned in forest. Ghana is one country that the more you think you know her, the less you truly do. This is a country that has a maze of ideas, yet nothing goes on in terms of ideas. We have all the ideas, all the good ideas, yet we never put them into use. It's a country that has all the wisdom, yet has no common sense. Write it down. My country, Ghana, is a country that has all the wisdom, yet no common sense. Hey, this is deep, isn't it? We know how to advise other countries to better their economy. But when it comes to the common sense of making our own economy better, we can't do it. We know how to travel to other people's countries and build their countries and make their countries better. When it comes to our own country, no, we do galamsey and destroy it more because we don't have the common sense. But where there is wisdom and where wisdom is needed, we are there and we are so wittiful. It might sound like a paradox or an irony. And my brother, the more we look, the less we see. We have too much wisdom. Now we lack common sense. Write it down. In Ghana, we have too much wisdom. Now we lack common sense. Ghana is the gateway to Africa. It's the land of Pan-Africanism. All the great thinkers came from this country. Kwame Nkrumah and all those wonderful thinkers. To the point that the world of Pan-Africanism had to look up to Ghana. My brother, W.E.B. Du Bois, his grave is here in Ghana. Padmore, his grave is right there in Ghana, and many more. I wouldn't be surprised if the grave of Adam and Eve are also here in Ghana. We have all the wisdom, yet the common sense is gone. My brother, we have gold all over Ghana. The white man called us the Gold Coast. Today, Galamsey has destroyed our water bodies. And to make it worse, our parliamentarians passed a certain law that allowed people to go into our beautiful forest, including conserved forests or reserved forests or forest reserves, to destroy flora and fauna in there because of gold prospecting. Oh, Jesus. It hurts. You see the common sense? Today I was reading. One of the MPs of Ghana says that the Parliament of Ghana has failed Ghanaians when it comes to this Galamsey issue, especially with the forest mining. And you know who said that? He's a man that I love so much. The Subin MP. Today, when you go to Tongo, almost all the teachers have run onto the Galamsey field. Listen to this attentively. The youth are no more interested in learning a trade. In my days, you go to the fitting shop, a lot of youth trying to learn something to be able to earn their livelihoods. Some were at the shoemaker's place learning. Some of them were in school. No, now there's a quick way of making money, and that's destroying the land in the name of Galamsey to make money. So you see the danger that is looming. Apart from destroying the land and poisoning all of us to death, we are also giving our youth no career. What they are doing is not a career, it's a job. How many people know what the difference is? Something that you do to be able to make some quick money. It's not a career, it's a job. A career is a job that you have training in, or some work that you have official training in, that is supposed to be your main source of livelihood. Hallelujah. We're in the English class. So if somebody asks you, what job do you do? Oh, I have like 6 jobs. Me, I be painter. At the same time, I be mason, blah, blah, blah, blah. But when they ask you, what is your career? Then you know that you are dealing with facts and figures and officialdom, right? Today, all the young boys are out there mining. One young boy has even threatened the president that he will kidnap him at gunpoint and rob him because the president is trying to stop Galamsey. Such effrontery. That is where our country has reached. Hey, people who used to call their brothers in the city and ask them to send them 100 cedis, 50 cedis for them to eat. Today they have built 6 houses, 7 houses. They have bought buses and they are driving big cars at the expense of you and I. My brother, it is very sad. We are the most useless people on earth. We don't understand what we are doing to our own country. These days you are walking around and you see a bird dead lying on the ground. You think it's by chance? No, they are being poisoned one after the other. Now, the headlines are screaming. Run it, my youths, and watch the headline. It's a government revokes mining in forest reserves with new legislative instrument. And this is majority leader in parliament, the member of parliament for Efutu, Alexander Afenyo-Markin. What were they thinking when the same parliamentarian sheepishly sat down and passed this dirty demonic law? That LI is a joke. The government has introduced a new legislative instrument to parliament that will revoke previous regulations allowing mining in forest reserves as part of efforts to step up the fight against illegal mining. Now, the Environmental Protection, that's mining in forest reserves, Revocation Instrument 2024-6 to annul LI 2462, which had permitted mining activities in some forest reserves. Announcing the initiative during a parliamentary session on Tuesday, 15th October 2024, that's yesterday, Majority Leader of Government Business, Alexander Kwamina Afenyo-Markin, emphasized that the new LI was developed by the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology and Innovation with support from the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, in collaboration with the Ministry of Justice and the Attorney General's Office. That's it away. Sometimes when it comes to politics, these people lose their common sense and they do anything that endangers our life. It's sad, my brother. Anyway, late than never. I'm glad that the law is being repealed. I wish they had said all forms of small-scale mining banned in Ghana. That would have been better. Dash it away. My name, Blakk Rasta. When we return, we shall read your messages and we shall make some more progress. Hey! Way! Wayo!
Skipper George.
Blackpot. Coco show, man.
It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushono, and here we speak truth to power. Now let's go straight up to your messages for the day. All right? All right. So send your comments in via Facebook, via YouTube. We would have time to read all your messages before we leave you. All right? One boy says, welcome back, Blakk, my king. Woyoy. So yesterday I wasn't able to be in class because of Doomso. I guess it's the same reason why we're starting the class late today. Today is not Doomso. The whole city is so crowded. We finished all our work earlier, as you saw the link and all the topics we're discussing today. But the whole city was so jammed back. We came in a little bit late to be able to finish up things. Prince Abrokwa says, woyoy, Grammy, oh, Grammy. We pray that we get it, right? Sabali Tos and Consort, welcome, my king. Speak to the truth. Mohammed Banjir once says, Anula Mbiale, the entire crew and listeners are highly invited to our Islamic wedding ceremony between Mr. Umar and Nana Mariam inside Sankara in Yendi on the 1st of December 2024. Woyoy, signed Mohammed Banjir should have come to pay us some small money so that we'll announce it and put the pictures of those getting married and blow it up more so that it will look more beautiful. So maybe you didn't know we could make it more beautiful. Next time you have an announcement like this, just talk to us. We'll take something small from you and we'll put it out. Stephen Banda says, Blakk, you are always speaking truth to power. Thanks so much. I'm always listening to you and I love you. All right. Adam Idrisu Tumiura says more fire. Duabelian Zorbel, he says, welcome on board, Jap people. Pounds GH says, Black Rasta, the most loyal man in Ghana. Finn Ahmed Eko says, welcome, legend, watching you from Dubai. Tom Post says, hey, this Coco thing again. This same thing happened to him. And smart. They are some Ghana politicians and they are rich men. Some of them are dubious rich men. So the politicians are holding their balls. Some of them pay electricity bill. Some of them are not even paying taxes properly. They are in bed with politicians. And therefore, they can't say anything against politicians. After all, he who feeds you controls you. Reginald Selom Agbojo says, Blakk, good evening. I'll be happy to be sacked by saying the truth. They're not being transparent. I agree with you. Bill says, I think I love this OKATAKYİE guy. If only he's real. I like that. Patricia Odoy Kukua. I don't know. Some people are dancing. All right. All right. Kambadi Samsidi says, Black Rasta, in short, you are a prophet. I'm sure you are not into football today. But yesterday, I remember when the day Ayu's name was missing from the Black Star squad. But I think posterity is judging the coach. All his members that decided to remove the day Ayu. In fact, it's sad that Black Stars is on the lowest ebb. Poor management. Well, we spoke about it. And today, too, we're going to talk about football. So, Tamchukuata, you would hear more. Tom Post said, this rich men in the country, I call them bloodsuckers, aka vampires. They don't mind if people die for them to get their money. They don't care. Kwekwa Ting is one of them. Same as most of our ignorant leaders. That is why I am crying for military leaders to come over. Zion Genesis say it loud. All right? Okay? We're saying it loud. Okay? So keep your comments coming. We'll take the second batch. Next story, my youths. And this one says what? Shocking refugees' sex abuse. Hey, people are running away from their country. And some other people are taking advantage of them sexually. If you are a man homosexuals are giving it to you. And if you're a woman, the men are following you and giving it to you. Which country is this? And which refugees are these? Watch this. Duchess shocked by sexual exploitation of refugees. Sophie had harrowing first-hand experiences from women during their visit to Chad. Run it, my youth. The Duchess of Edinburgh has described distressing scenes of sexual exploitation after meeting refugees from Sudan's civil war who had fled to neighboring Chad. People are having to exchange food and water for sex, for rape. That is violence that is being enacted through conflict. It is being used as a bargaining tool, said Sophie, after a visit to this conflict-hit region of Africa. She spoke to women who had traveled into Chad to escape the conflict across the border in Sudan. These women have no option but to leave. And even then, they are lucky if some of them can get away, because if they leave their houses, they get killed, said Sophie, who was moved to tears by the harrowing testimonies. This was the first royal visit to Chad, and the 3-day trip, carried out at the request of the UK's Foreign Office, was not officially announced until it was over on Monday. The purpose of the visit, says Buckingham Palace, was to draw attention to the deteriorating humanitarian crisis caused by the war in Sudan, which was now producing challenges for neighboring Chad. More than 10 million people have been forced to flee their homes by the conflict in Sudan, says the palace, with women and children, a high proportion of those now arriving as refugees in Chad. This is a human catastrophe that is vast, and Chad is having to pick up the pieces when it can ill afford to do so, said Sophie. Dash it away. Duchess Sophie, this is a tip of the iceberg. When we have economic hitmen coming all the way from Europe, your country being part of it, anytime Africa discovers anything that is valuable, economic hitmen come, mislead our stupid leaders, they sign stupid contracts, they take big loans on our behalf, yet never on our behalf. Blow the money, and then when they cannot pay, they come and get their pound of flesh by taking the gold, the diamond, the bauxite, the oil. That's what they wanted anyway. We know the role the West plays in our predicament in Africa, and we can't hide that. GMO has been pushed down the throat of Africans. And when Africans are beginning to suffer, the same West will come back and say, oh, this is not good. And they have been raped. And how. The women have been shot. And they've been killed. Oh. Please, if you want to shed tears for us, give us genuine tears. I know some of you are genuine-hearted, but a lot of the predicament from Africa is from the West. A lot of Africa's problems is from outside Africa. Our leaders are being puppeted every now and then. The more we discover resources, the less resources we have. My brother, I want to leave you with a proverb. It's an African proverb. You know what it says? It says the child that is not embraced by the village will burn down the village to get some warmth. May I say it again? The child who is not embraced by the village will burn down the village to get some warmth. My brother, when you embrace, you transfer heat to each other. If a man is cold, and you embrace him, he feels the heat from your body. The warmth signifies love. If a child cannot get your embrace in order to feel loved, he becomes lawless. He will come back and burn down the whole village so he can feel some warmth. After all, he has no manners. He was raised by the streets, and to the streets he shall return. I want to say there are so many genuine ones out there, but there are a trillion-fold those who are shedding crocodile tears for Africa. They are the main beneficiaries of Africa's predicament. Posterity would judge all of us harshly. And to my people in Chad and Sudan, stop fooling. We are almost becoming like animals, killing each other because of some conflict. We don't manufacture guns in Africa, yet guns keep getting common and common. Resources we should have used to import technology and some other things, we are using that to import guns to kill each other. When shall we learn? Dash. Let's look at the final story and we are done. Ghana begs coach to return. Is that the last story? Who is the coach they are begging to return? I know this man. You all know him, right? This coach, Kwekwe, right? Coach Kwekwe. How many people think this is correct? My brother, even at night, you don't need a light to recognize that this is a great coach, Kwesi Appiah. He's one of us. Tell me, how many of you need a light to recognize this man? He played for Real Tamale United. I was a little child when I went to the stadium to watch him. He played for Kotoko. He played also for the Black Stars and captained the Black Stars at a point. I have seen this man rise as a little child. So when I call him, we talk like. My brother. Oh my God. Now Kwesi Appiah was coaching the Ghanaian side. They delayed his payments. Up till now, some of his monies have not been paid to him. They said he was not a listening coach. He didn't know how to coach. But when he met Ghana in the qualifiers that will lead to the AFCON in Morocco, he gave Ghana a sting from a demonic bee. He came all the way with the Sudanese team. Here. He has refused to renounce his identity and citizenship as a Ghanaian and as a follower of Ghanaian football and as a member of the management of Ghanaian football. For that matter, CAF did not allow him to come into the stadium and coach the team because of conflict of interest. He could have just renounced his membership and continued, but he said, no, I'm still Ghanaian. So when they played here, he was hiding somewhere and watching. When the game ended, he came out to talk to some of the players who had missed him. When they met in Libya to play, because Sudan doesn't have any proper stadium. In fact, these are cowboys. They love to take care of cows and sheep and goats. That's their pastime. They love that. They just learned to play football yesterday. And they are already beating nations that have won the AFCON several times on the trot. My brother, this is Kwesi Appiah, not Kwekwe. He resigned or he was sacked. Whatever be the case, he was removed. And when he left, he's been able to raise a young Sudanese team. A team whose day job is taking care of cows and goats and sheep. My brother, my sister, they beat Ghana 2-0. right at the Heroes Sports Stadium in Libya. They finished Ghana. Now Ghana's qualification is in the balance. They have to win both matches left, and they have to pray that Sudan loses 2 matches. Does this look like a team that will lose any match? They are hungry for the laurels. My brother, this is Kwesi Appiah. Are they begging him to return? Run the story. Come back and save Black Stars. Ghanaians beg Kwesi Appiah after 2-0 victory. Sir, head coach of Sudan, James Kwesi Appiah, has been lauded for his genius tactical approach that aided his side to triumph over the Black Stars of Ghana in the 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifier second leg. Some social media users noted that with Otu Ado struggling to excel with the team in his second tenure in charge, it will be prudent for the Ghana Football Association to reappoint Kwesi Appiah to take charge of the team. That should away. They should reappoint him so that he will leave the Sudanese and come. Ghanaians are singing. Mirda de sambeware me. No fufrano dia. Ye onye. Anti mirda de sambeware me. Ye Kwesi Appiah me kunoda de sambeware me. Yo. This is Hits FM. Dr. Sonibadu is suggesting that Coach Kwesi Appiah be brought back as Black Stars coach. Do you agree with him? My brother, it's a Ghanaian sickness. Dash it away. The Ghanaian is overly critical. The Ghanaian doesn't give you the chance to grow and mature. And when you struggle to grow and mature, they are quick to kill you before your full fruits are harvested. It's all over in the facets of our life. The Ghanaian is very impatient. Somebody's in the music industry. He struggled. They supported him when he was younger. Oh, he's been able to rise to a certain point. Before he could even reach star status, they start telling you bad things about this person. They are looking for another person to half bake and dash away. They raise stars, half bake them and dash them away, looking for new ones. I had an interview in Jamaica a couple of days ago. And they asked me about this phenomenon. And I told them, in Ghana, when they call you legend, don't be so much in a hurry to clap. Legend means you are too old, retire. When they see one gray hair in your mustache or in your beard, oh, legend, legend. Legend, no. Legend, legend. It means you are old, Please leave the scene, go, retire. We no longer are looking at creativity. We are looking at age. These people. Yet in Jamaica, Burning Spear, who was born on the 1st of March in 1945, is touring Kenya. He just entered South Africa and some other such countries to play reggae music. Where's Reggie Rockstone? Legend, legend. Legends Night, they will bring him there, celebrate his retirement, and send him out. By now, Reggie should have been busy going around, touring and making big money. But no, it's a disease in this country. Kwesi Appiah was warming up. They kicked him out. The Sudanese people took him out. Imagine the Sudanese hadn't taken him. His career would have died. Young people like Samini, they are calling them legends. Tic-tac, how old is Tic-tac? Legend. We are quick to retire people. Sadly, we retire people without even getting replacements for them. We retire people without even checking out to see if those people are spent forces or not. We are only retiring them because they are too old. Posterity will continue to judge us so very harshly because it looks like we are idiots. Oh, wait, there's our check. Otuado is not a patriotic coach, he's a joker. And I told you that on this show. The day he put the day you aside, and the reason he gave was that all those the day started playing football with had retired. And he was still playing. It was time for him to retire. I realized that this guy is a Danda head coach. You should tell him that you are no longer playing the way I want you to play. You are no longer able to overlap because your energy has gone low. But congratulations, you have done well for your country. No, all the others that you started playing with, they have all retired. So you too. It's like going into a house and saying that, all the people in this house, they died. Oh, there's one person left. You two hurry up and die. Can't you see everybody has died? What kind of a country is that? Does it make sense to you? We are so quick to retire people without preparing adequately for a replacement. Now the day is out. Who replaced him? He's out. He's gone. Who has replaced him? Anyway, if I were Apia, I will not let the Sudanese team down. I will chase them, push them all the way to the highest laurels. And that's what I have to show. Let Kwesi Appiah come back to Ghana. Let him lose his first match. They are going to be calling for his head. Ko! Sudan Fuono. Omaya ne duro onto me nyehwe. Onko. Don't come until you have achieved something monumental with the Sudanese. It's the Black Port, aka Kokushounamo. And here we speak truth to power. Let's look at your final messages, and we are done. Remember to pick up the messages and our numbers on the screen and do business with us. Abubakar Usman says, Black Rasta, respect. Respect back. Nobab says, Kufuor was the catalyst for all this. All what? Samuel Nkrumah, are you talking about Galamsey? Nobab says the same Michael Blankson who was in bed with this government, now he's crying. Well, I mean, that doesn't make it right. He was with the government and he realized that the government is a traitor. So he's coming back to bite the government. I think it's a good thing. Nobab says most Ghanaians are not honest people. That's true. Samuel Nkrumah says respect Black Rasta. Abubakar Osmanu says Black. If ex-President Kufuor couldn't wait for the nation to appreciate him, but rather went ahead to award himself with a gold medal, why wouldn't Akufo-Addo do Galamsey? Well, I don't know how the two link. I honestly don't know. He awarded himself, and Akufo-Addo is doing Galamsey. What's the link? But maybe Kufuor's time, there was a board that chose the winners, and the board chose him. He was only the president at the time. Maybe I'm playing the devil's advocate. If I were him, I will absolve myself from that. I can never have an award as a president, award myself as president. When I set up the board, I will not do that. Asafu TV says, Black, we celebrated E-Levy with a party cake. But please tell Ghanaians to vote for us to cancel it. Hallelujah. To my darling, aka Candy Boy, Black Rasta, lovely outfit. Please, whoever is behind this Michael Blankson case needs to be arrested and dealt with. Hey, some of one leaders party. Oh no. Philip also says, listening live from Dobbs Ferry in New York. I'm going to be in New York, God willing, on Tuesday. So link up so that we can come to Dobbs Ferry. You know? Tom Paul says, how things are going now in our country. In fact, I prefer Papa J's revolution in the 80s. When in the 80s, then this fake and greedy stomach democracy are put. Abdul Nasir Abdallah says, hi Black, I love your show, but when it comes to religion, you sometimes get it wrong. Yes, even outside religion, sometimes I get it wrong because I am human. So try and bring the corrections. We will accept. I can't tell you that I'm always right. Even you. Saying, yes, we agree. Even if nobody has come to tell me that I was wrong in something, I know that I can't always be right. Subhanallah does not mean God forbid. And Imam does not step back because he has made a mistake, as you said in your Masa. That's not true. That's not true. I've been to the mosque praying with an Imam. He makes a mistake or he passes gas. As Imam is going down, then he goes, Pum. What happens? He walks off and somebody comes to take his place. As Imam is reciting and he makes a mistake, somebody in the back row will start reciting the correct verses. And if the Imam cannot cope, cannot continue, what does he do? He will step back and this person takes over. So I don't know. That's the Islam I know. That's the Islam I know. I've seen it happen in the mosque several times. At least the mosque I went to was a different mosque. Mark Romeo Fori says, Professor Blakk. He says, Subhanallah does not mean God forbid. What does it mean? I thought that you will correct some of these things. If you say that this is not what it means, then what does it mean? This is somebody's language. It's not my language. I don't claim to speak Arabic. But some of those small ones, like Salaam Alaikum and all that, we can say that this is what they told us it meant. It's not our language. Reginald Selom Agbojo says, Blakk, if mining is being stopped in the forest, do they want to say that it's been permitted in water bodies? No, water body is being illegal from the beginning. But they legalize the forest. That's why they are going back to illegalize it. As for water bodies, from beginning, even Galamsey itself is illegal. Dwabeli Zobel says in Ghana, we have too much wisdom to the extent that now we lack common sense. Hey, what a thing. Pazigi says exactly. All small-scale mining should be banned. Isi Zulu says the LI was an alternative of Ejapadie loyalty. Wow. Yo. Abdul Nasser says, Blakk, our mentality is our mentality is not the problem, it is whatever, the problem, not religion. Our mentality is the problem. Okay, that's what Abdul Nasser wanted to say. Our mentality is the problem, not religion. Zongo is not bad because of Islam, as you said last time. Ish. Also, are you sure I said Zongo is bad because of Islam? I will never say that. Never. I will never single out any area and say it's bad. If I'm criticizing a few things in the area, fine. But to generalize the whole thing and say this area is bad, I'm a Zongo boy myself. Why should I say that I'm bad? I'm not a bad person. So please quote me properly. I never said anywhere that Zongo is bad because I'm a Zongo boy. Muslim countries like Dubai and many others have all the state-of-the-art facilities that make life better. We know that. Kamba the subsidy says, hey, I can't stop laughing about your legend story, right? Okay. So it's the Black Pot. I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you. We again apologize for the late start of the show. That's why we decided to cut it quick so that we'll be able to rest. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Tomorrow is another day. We will be on time, 6 p.m. sharp, and we finish at 7 p.m. I love you. On behalf of the team here, we say Salam Nacho. Hey! Hey! Wayo!